growth at around 7% over the next 10 years, and over the next 25 years, it will expected to be the second largest economy by 2047. India has been continuously reforming under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. And we in IFSC have the vision of two strategies. Number one, I think there are a number of Indian companies which are doing India-focused businesses sitting outside in various jurisdictions across the world. We want to bring them back. So the idea was to create a jurisdiction which inspires confidence and has got regulations which are simple and easy to understand and easy to navigate. So the IFSC-A was set up in 2019 by the Government of India for this very purpose of creating a jurisdiction which is a piece of foreign territory within India, where the number of restrictions are very minimal and the regulations are completely benchmarked to what obtains in Dubai, Singapore or Hong Kong. The last 5 years, I think nearly about 35 regulations in banking, insurance, in fund industry, capital markets, aircraft and ship leasing, universities, fintech, etc. have been published and notified by the International Financial Services Center Authority. So currently, as we stand, I think there are 28 international banks which have set up operations in GIFT City, and they have an asset size of $62 billion. Which is largely trade finance and project finance given to Indian corporates and corporates which are doing business outside the country. We have a fund industry with about 140 fund managers registering about 157 funds so far, I think, and they have so far invested about $5 billion into India by pooling capital from all over the world. We also have 12 insurance companies which are providing life, health and general insurance to NRIs who live outside the country and also persons of Indian origin, as well as Indian companies which are doing business in the rest of the world.
The idea of Nordic India Tech Summit under TECHBBQ came from the fact that India and Nordic leadership is now focusing on our bilateral relationship. So both Nordic as a group of countries have substantial interest in India, and India has substantial interest in Nordic countries. So the first summit was already held in 2018, and then the second one was held, for which Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi came to Copenhagen. And now we are looking at the third India-Nordic Summit, which would be in Oslo. So we got a very good platform because all the Danish investor community and the startup community has heard about India. Maybe they have done some business with India, but they don't know fully India so well. So this is a chance to bring the Indian startup crowd to Danish investors and meet various Danish stakeholders with the Indian startup community. And on top of this, we had a very golden opportunity that we received the delegation of the IFSCA, led by the chairman himself, Mr. Rajaraman. And today, when he spoke at the TECHBBQ Summit, and he went around in Copenhagen and met many Danish stakeholders, people are really now appreciating the India story. So we have an opportunity to attract not only Danish companies as such, but also financial investment, financial authorities, angel investors in startup, Danish universities, Danish financial portfolio investors, and the likes to come to India.
Today, I think we are a delegation from India, from the International Financial Services Center Authority, which is located in the western state of Gujarat in the city of Gandhinagar. So this is a new jurisdiction, a financial services center set up in a special economic zone with the objective of bringing back Indian companies which have actually left India several years ago, and then because they are doing completely India-focused businesses. So that was the first mission. So we have succeeded in a large measure because a number of Indian fund managers who had left India and set up funds in Mauritius, in Cayman Islands and many other jurisdictions have now relocated back to India, that is in the GIFT City, and they have started setting up more funds than ever before. Today we have about 140 fund managers who have set up about 157 funds, and they've already invested about $5 billion into India. Similarly, I think we have now over the last 4 years, nearly about 28 banks have set up their international banking units, and they provide trade finance and project finance to Indian corporates. Normally, corporates in India used to go to Luxembourg, Dubai, and Singapore to raise money, but today I think they are able to do it effortlessly sitting in GIFT City as well. So today, the outstanding loans which have been given by by the banks is about $62 billion. Similarly, I think if you look at the capital markets, we have 2 stock exchanges which trade on stock index futures. The Nifty 50, which is a popular stock index future comprising of the top 50 stocks in India, trades as a dollar product in GIFT City, where the NSE IX, which is the international exchange, actually has done it in collaboration with the Singapore exchange. So every day, almost like the trade is more than $3 billion. In fact, in August, the entire month, I think the total trades on the Nifty 50 has crossed $100 billion, I think, which is a remarkable thing. And on a daily basis, the open interest is something like $13 billion. Now, GIFT City has also have insurance companies which offer life, health, and general insurance to NRIs and the persons of Indian origin, as well as foreigners or Indian companies which are doing business abroad. So let me also state that India has got a large number of NRIs who live across the world. I think so. There are 14 million NRIs who and about 18 million persons of Indian origin. So we believe that there's a great opportunity for the NRIs to save in dollars, to invest in dollar terms in the products in GIFT City, because they can open a bank account, they can invest in structured deposits, they can invest in the capital markets, in the stock exchanges, in derivatives, or in portfolio management services. They can also invest in insurance, insurance products. They can life and health out of GIFT City, and the advantage is that the nominations are within Indian territory. So therefore, the succession will happen as per Indian law. We are very shortly likely to launch a pension regulation which will enable for NRIs to also pension out of GIFT City as well. So therefore, we intend to offer a holistic package of regulations which support not only wholesale corporate requirements but also requirements of the retail market from for NRIs and foreigners. I think that thanks to the support of Ambassador Manish and the organizers of TECHBBQ, I think we had a fantastic event in the morning where a large number of Danish and Indian startups and VCs and many other members of the industry were present. So it was a great opportunity for us to actually reach out to them and then explain to them about India growth story, I think the opportunities in India and vision of the Honorable Prime Minister for India at 2047, and how GIFT City can help them to actually be part of the India growth story. We also have gone and met the local regulator, met the stock exchange CEO and a few other. We also had a very nice meeting with the State of Green, which is a group which is an industry body. So we were very enthused by the enthusiasm of Danish investors. And by the way, more than 200 Danish investors have actually invested into India, and therefore I'm sure that there are a lot more investments that can happen into India. Similarly is the case with Indian companies investing into Denmark. There is a great opportunity for many of them to do it. Already, nearly about 30 Indian companies have invested more than $500 million into Denmark. So and I see a great opportunity for fintech companies in the Nordic region to actually use the scale that is there in the Indian market to actually expand their operations. India presents as a very large market, the second largest market in the world. Therefore, I'm sure that the Danish companies will make use of this opportunity to invest and take part in this India growth story.
I would also just like to add to what Mr. Rajaraman said through the channel of yours to your viewers, that also there's another thing which we as Indians living abroad should not lose attention, that now it is possible through the GIFT City to avail of a range of financial services which are now available for NRIs. So we as NRIs earlier used to trade only through India, through our domestic regulators and domestic financial services providers. But what we have now been investing internationally, we can also do through the GIFT City. So for a large number of NRIs who are resident in Denmark, which are about 20,000, in Nordics and in all of Europe, today we can also point this out, that think of GIFT City as your center of your financial planning, which you can do while you are living abroad.